What's up everyone? Welcome to Versatile Fun Designs. Today I will be going over the BrickLink Designer Program Series 4. So you could already see my video for Series 3 where these are the designs that were chosen, and these are the designs that I had picked as top 5, and surprise surprise, I got none of them right, but they're all winners anyway in my opinion, so I'm very happy for the winners of Series 3. Now let's see if we can do any better for Series 4. So without further ado, here are my top 5. The first one is Alternate Futures by Jazzlecraz, hopefully I'm saying that right. It's a forced perspective design. It's actually pretty thin if you look at it, but it's just there's so much here, and if you read the description, I won't do that now, but it basically covers 3 different scenes. They can be displayed together or separately, and there's just so much depth here. Even though there's not a lot of physical depth, there's a lot of emotional depth. Like I really felt something when I looked at this and when I read the description, so I highly encourage you to do the same. Really awesome build with not that many pieces actually, just 1,495, which is 459, sorry, which is not that much compared to some of the other giants on this list. So this is an awesome display set, has some play value as well, and it includes minifigures, so it's a perfect set for me. The next set that I chose is the Birds of the World. It reminds me of the insect collection that came out last year. I really love all the birds, especially the lilac-breasted roller. Just the color combination, it's superb. It's absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at these birds from all angles. So yeah, this is a model that was submitted by Po Padros. Well, look at that tail, that's awesome. There's also some foliage, and it varies based on the environment for each bird. Really good to see. Yeah, just look at them. Really awesome stuff. So I really hope this makes it into the final round because it's really amazing. Just look at that. That's really cool. There was an ideas submission with other birds 10 years ago, so I think this would be a perfect anniversary set 10 years later. So bravo, Popadros, for this amazing submission. I really love it. The next submission on the list that I think should be made into an official LEGO set is the Empire Station. This is just amazing. It's a modular building and a monorail. What more could I ask? So here's all the components of it separated out, and basically you could have other modular buildings here from your own collection, or just extend this indefinitely if you want to make like a very, very long monorail that goes around your entire city. That sounds like an amazing thing. I would love to do that. It also includes a lot of minifigures. It's not written down below, but I can count 6, 8, 10, 13 minifigs. That's a ton of minifigs. I like this waterfall detail here. So lots of good stuff to see on each floor, and I also like the presentation that Jazzlecraz is using here in terms of how they are presenting their model. So on the ground floor we have this, looks good, and then we have a store, also looking good, and apparently a ticket machine. You see this guy makes a return here, so that's pretty funny. He's a designer, a LEGO designer. He also has other roles as well in the modular street. And finally on the top floor there's a place where you can sit and grab a snack and look at the trains down below. This is really impressive. Of course there's the train itself. That looks good too. One thing, small critique or nitpick, I wish that the minifigures could walk between the cars, but I know like it's very hard to design that. It'll also be safe and respect all the rules. Also there's no doors, so you have to trust that the minifigures are not going to jump out, so hopefully they're more behaved than humans in the real world. But all in all, this is an amazing set, and thank you, Jazzlecraz, for providing the view from all angles, so you know what to see from the back, from the top. I know what this looks like from all angles. I know what I'm voting for, so this set has my very strong support, and I think you should support it too. So go vote for the Empire Station by Jazzlecraz. Next up is the Modern Home and Cafe. Again, Chris McVeigh makes an appearance here with his cherry tree from the Natural History Museum. If you haven't watched that video, please check it out. So it's a very nice modular building that is compatible with, well, it's compatible with the modulars, but it's one half of them. So like one half of the bookshop or the townhouse. That's really good to see. So if you don't have a ton of space, you can still enjoy some buildings in the modular collection. I like the aesthetics. It's very clean. It uses colors in just the right places. Ooh, there's a rat there in the back. Oh, that's not too good. Good thing you can easily remove it if you're not into that kind of thing. So there's a sofa, kind of thin, but still gets the idea across. And yeah, upstairs there's not a lot of usable space, so that's one of my critiques for the set. I think I would have added a little bit more space upstairs just to make it more usable. And the roof looks really, really nice. This is well done. But I'm wondering, do the minifigures have access to the roof? I hope that they do, or that access can be provided with some kind of ladder or something. On the back, it doesn't look too ugly either, besides the rat. I like the colors here, the stripes at the bottom. It gives a little bit of color, and also a little bit at the top. A little bit of color breaks the monotony. So yeah, interesting, very interesting design. I like the fact that the designer Duffays, or Duffays, however you pronounce that, designed a modular that's 16 by 32 instead of the standard 32 by 32, and they managed to fit in a lot in that space. I would have fit in even more, I would have tried to, but I definitely give the designer kudos for what they have done. So yeah, this is definitely a strong contender for me. And my final top submission is the Inhabited Pot Plant. This is kind of a crossover between a LEGO botanical set versus a treehouse, according to the designer made of bricks. There's lots of good stuff. It looks good from all angles. So if you look at it overall, it looks good, and then when you zoom in, it does not disappoint either. We see lots of nice angles here. There's a little bit of Technic parts that are exposed. I hope there's no blue pins. So yeah, fruit basket was comically oversized. Oh, and once again, Chris makes an appearance. So very nice to see. Yeah, I love this set. I have not seen a single blue Technic pin. There's some of them that are gray. I hope that they can be recolored, although I'm not holding my hopes up. But so far, no blue pins, so that's a yay for me. All right, so those are my top 5 sets. So once again, the Alternate Futures, Birds of the World, Empire Station, Modern Home and Cafe, and Inhabited Pot Plant. I hope at least one of them makes it to an official set. Now, there's so many other amazing sets I think could be considered runners up, and here they are in alphabetical order. So first of all, we have the 1890 Northwestern RR Steam Shovel by Seawing Knight. It offers working mechanisms. It's a retro design. I like it. I think this would be a nice LEGO set to have. Yeah, clearly the designer put a lot of work into this, and the end result looks really, really nice. I'm wondering if the red is the most realistic color. I think dark red might have been more realistic, but maybe this was a steam shovel back in 1890 when it was just freshly painted. So it's looking at an ancient machine, but not right now looking at it the way it was back in the day. I don't like this blue pin. I know he or she did not have a choice in the matter, but that really sucks. The fact that LEGO insists on making these pins blue and only blue, and you can never get them in any other color. I will always complain about that, as long as they keep making these blue pins. And thank you, Seawing Knight, for the fleur de lis in the corners. That's a nice touch as well for the presentation. Countryside Mill and Bakery. I like windmills. That's all there is to it. Nice design. It is reminiscent of some stuff that we've seen before. Also, it splits down the middle for easy access for play. So bakery and windmill, working mechanisms, really nice. Thank you, King Creations, for your submission. Sylvain S submitted the Desert Expedition. I like the brick-built camels as well as these birds. I think they're ostriches, or maybe they are. The names of them is not mentioned in the description, but I like the design overall. I haven't seen this before. It's a diorama. It's pretty small, so I think this would be a good gift with purchase kind of set. Really cool design by Sylvain LS. The Italian Street Corner by Brick Engineer. We see it once again. This has already been submitted before, and it almost made the cut, in my opinion. It was one of my top submissions from a previous series, and we see it here again in a slightly modified form. So again, it looks really nice from a bunch of angles except the back, and that's because we don't really know what it looks like from the back because there are no images. But what is here, I do like. It includes a bunch of cool minifigures as well. So nice second attempt, and I hope that this attempt goes through as well. The next building is the modular repurposed Beaux-Arts complex by Marc Lacroix. This one has so much color, so much innovation in terms of the different designs that are put together from different times. And this is described down below in the description, so go read that if you want. I'll put a link to the general page where you can access all of these in the description, so be sure to check it out. And again, thank you, Mark, for including the building from all angles, including the camera unfriendly angle, although this is intentional, the fact that it looks it's kind of run down. So it's pretty cool. It's separatable. I like the effect of the minifigures flying in the air. That's just awesome. Bike shed, trash cans. It's very realistic. It's something that you would see in real life, and it really shows that LEGO is not just a toy for kids. I mean, yes, it is, but you can also use it in the depictions of more real life scenarios. And I really like a lot of what I see here. Oh, this tile work is amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, so many cool things here. So yeah, this is an amazing submission. And look at all the details here at the front as well. Like if I could vote for more than 5 top sets, this would have definitely been up there in the list. So I just didn't want to vote on too many modular buildings. So yeah, but still, very amazing submission. The next set is Rapid Transit by Stein Dieb. I like the vegetation here, the train, obviously, and the station itself looks very light, very airy, very modern. I don't like all the stickers. I know if these were prints, I wouldn't mind it that much, but I know that these are going to be stickers, and I understand the need for stickers here, but I just think it's a little bit too much. This guy is skateboarding way too close to the platform edge. That's not safe, and I wish the platform edge had some kind of coloring or studs to just be more safe for the minifigures. It appears that it runs on standard track, and it has this logo here that is inspired by the trains used in LEGO City. So we see that logo at the front or the back of the train as well. So really nice design. I have some minor critiques, but overall it's really beautiful. So I do appreciate all the effort that the designer put into this. It's really, really good stuff. And it's using the new banana piece. So that's interesting to see as well. So this was designed very recently. The next set on the list is the Sushi Restaurant by Brick Project. This is really next level. Another set that I wish I could add to the top 5 as well. So many awesome details. I'm sure if you look at this from far away, it would look almost real. It doesn't even look like LEGO anymore. It's also separatable down to half for easier access for play. We have a bunch of terminology here that I'm personally not very familiar with, but the designer, apparently they know their stuff. Yeah, it looks good from this side as well. And I see here this sushi looks pretty tasty. Yeah, really, really good interior details as well as exterior details, like this brick-built fountain with the water coming out. That's just deluxe. I like that. Oh, the minifigure design here is also very impressive, very, very classy. Not quite sure if this is what they would wear in Japan back then, but this is, I think, a close enough approximation, or at least whatever the designer could do with the existing parts. So yeah, that's the Sushi Restaurant. Next we have the Modular Hospital. I think that if we get a Modular Hospital this year, it will be something that looks kind of like this, maybe. Maybe not exactly, but I think it would look more like this than a LEGO City set. So not a lot of blue and red, very formal, just like the Modular Police Station versus the LEGO City Police Stations. They're more for kids. I don't know whether the official set would include a helicopter though. So let's look at the inside, and in my opinion, the inside is much more impressive than the outside for this particular model. The helicopter is cool, it's a bit classic. I don't like this windshield piece here, it feels very boxy, and I think a better choice could have been done here, and also I think these windows are too small. But the overall shaping of the helicopter I like. This propeller is also a bit small, so some adjustments to be done for the helicopter, but still a nice attempt. On the inside, the designer, by the way, People G, included a bunch of written description so that people don't have to scroll down and read the description down below. So let's see, what do we have here? I'm skipping over some of these pictures of the helipad just so I can get to the good stuff in my opinion. We have a bunch of chairs, a bunch of medical equipment, and it looks really, really convincing. Chris, once again, makes an appearance in this set. He's going to become a meme at this point. So we have 3, 6, 9, 13 minifigs, if you count the skeleton, and the gurney as well. So yeah, really, really nice submission. I do think that the modular hospital that LEGO is going to be releasing maybe this year, maybe next year, is going to have some details that are similar to this submission. Whether it's going to be copied from here, whether they design it independently, I cannot say, but I think this is a very good attempt at a modular hospital. I know some people are going to say, oh, it should have 3 floors instead of 2, but if it has 3 floors, if it were to have 3 floors, then the part count would go up even more, and so would the price. So I understand why the designer limited themselves to only 2 floors. Plus there's a hospital, plus there's a helicopter at the top, so that kind of counts for something. Next up is the Sculptors Workshop, another modular compatible building. This is built on an angle. It looks really nice. It includes a truck, something that the modular buildings used to include. They don't anymore. And by the way, kudos to the designer Bricks for imagining what this would look like if it was an official LEGO set. So for whatever reason, LEGO is doing these all black boxes for its 18+ lineup, and this box art is exactly what that would look like, with the exact font and everything. Like LEGO could literally take this, copy paste it, maybe with some very, very minor adjustments, and actually sell it as a set. This designer did all the work for them. So I'm really impressed. Of course, the interior details here are amazing. The Sculptors Workshop after all, and with just like a few pieces you could do so much. And we have these, I like the presentation here, the forced perspective, that these angles, you're not going to see them when you actually build the set if you're using regular cameras, but it still gives you what this thing looks like from a minifigure perspective. And you can almost feel the oven here being warm, and it's just a nice feeling to imagine yourself as a minifigure for a while and look at all the amazing details that this set has to offer. So yeah, I have this angle here from going downstairs or upstairs. This is like the upper floor. The statue here, and the sculptors are working on it. We have a squirrel that's visiting them. I'm spending way too much time on this set, but it deserves it. Like, there's just so many good things to see here. Yeah, classic record player. This is what the box would look like in the back, and you can see here like the connections to other modular buildings. So yeah, really awesome set. This also would have been in my top 5 if I could have more than 5 in my top 5. I didn't want to just pick top 5 modular buildings. So yeah, there's that. Finally, my final runner-up is the Visiting the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. It's a long title by Admiralty Brick. Again, with a black background. I like these brick-built animals here at the front. Very nice and simple design. Lots of details all around. And if you're wondering, yes, it does include minifigs as well. It is open back, but I think if it was closed off, it would be even more expensive. So I understand why it's open back. So a bunch of stuff here, including a throne. I like the design of the foliage as well. So really cool stuff. Yeah, I could totally see myself as a minifigure being in this set and living my life here. Pretty cool. So that's it for my runners up. So these are the sets that I would be liking. And finally, I'll just mention a few honorable mentions just because they have like some new idea. So there's this Adobe House. It's a nice set, but I can't vote for every single set, otherwise the votes become meaningless. I like the designs here, so kudos to the designer on this amazing submission. Yeah, lots of cool things to see here. The American Steam locomotive. I'll go through the rest pretty quickly just because this video is already too long. BrickAustralia, you can actually build it up state by state and then put them all together. Fairground Ride with 3 axes of rotation. So this one, I like the idea. I feel it's a bit unfinished though. I see lots of exposed Technic pieces, whereas in real life you would have these rides with like some cowling over them to make them look nice in various colors, like red, green, blue, etc. This is what the designer's actual attempt looks like. I don't know why one of the chairs is white, but yeah, I think this is a nice attempt. The mechanism is great, it's awesome, but I just think that the designer would have a much stronger submission if they add a few more parts and make it look finished and complete and add some minifigures as well. I think that would be a major improvement, and this could become like one of the top sets for Series 5 or maybe LEGO Ideas. But really good effort for the work that did go in here. The Frozen River Bridge, it's a nice display piece. I like it. I like the gradual stairs. So good stuff here. This is more of a LEGO City take on a modular hospital. This is if LEGO City were to create a hospital, it would look something like this. I don't think the eventual official modular hospital will look like this, at least from the outside. But some of the interior details might be replicated, and I do like the tiling pattern. So there's some good ideas here that LEGO might want to reuse in their actual official hospital. Then we have this retro building 1994. The reason why it's called 1994 is because it's built using only pieces from that time or earlier. So it just goes to show you that you can do so much even when you limit yourself in terms of the pieces that you use. So a lot more primary colors with this one, the yellows and the reds, not a lot of like nougat or other colors like that. I don't know whether this would belong with the rest of the modular buildings in the same street, but standalone I could see it being like a nice building like close to the ocean. Yeah, it looks nice standalone, I'll say. And finally, there's the Mazical Castle. It's basically a castle on one side and a maze on the other side. The goal is to get the minifigures from one side to the other, following certain instructions. And once again, Chris makes an appearance here. So yeah, that's it for the sets that I would choose for Series 4. So many amazing sets to choose from. Do you think we're going to get any of these sets built as official sets? Comment down below what you think, what your top sets are. And thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!